Strength. This one word encompasses a year filled with hard work and victories for the VFW. This year, Vietnam veteran Keith Harmon was sworn in as the Commander-in-Chief of the VFW. He called on our ranks to be tough riders. A salute to former President and VFW member, President Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders.
We are one VFW, and I'm truly honored to lead you to a new year of service to others. Together, we will make a difference in the lives of others. Together, we will make the VFW stronger and more relevant inside the White House, the Pentagon, on Capitol Hill, and in every community across this great nation.
We answered Commander Harmon's call for a stronger VFW by charging up the hill of the Capitol and had a record year of major veterans bills signed into law. After years of advocacy and hard work, the Forever GI Bill was officially signed into law. This bill will protect student veterans and surviving family members who were unjustly denied access to GI Bill benefits and remove the 15 use or lose restriction. We took great leaps forward in restoring veterans' faith in the Department of Veteran Affairs, starting with President Trump signing into law the VFW championed Department of Veteran Affairs Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act of 2017. We sped up the process for veterans appealing their disability rating decision with VA appeals reform, choice extension, and VA workforce improvements. We pushed for improved VA hiring authorities and the creation of new medical clinics and research through the passage of the VA Choice and Quality Employment Act of 2017. We opposed the privatization of the VA healthcare system under the Veteran Empowerment Act, which would have charged veterans for care related to their service-connected wounds, illnesses, and injuries. We supported the VA Mission Act to consolidate and improve VA community care programs, improve VA's ability to hire high-quality healthcare professionals, expand caregiver benefits to pre-9/11 veterans, and establish a process to evaluate and reform VA's capital infrastructure to better serve veterans. In addition to VA improvements, the VFW set its sight on several other vital initiatives. We were the driving force behind the passage of the Global War on Terrorism Memorial Act, which authorizes the building of a national memorial dedicated to those who served in the Global War on Terrorism. We saluted the President for signing into law the fiscal year 2018 National Defense Authorization Act. After we placed significant pressure on Congress to take care of members of the military, retirees, veterans, and their families, the final bill authorized over $692 billion for ongoing and planned defense programs. We urged Congress to declassify the toxic exposure documents, and we stood up to the Defense Health Agency when it increased co-payments for TRICARE. Thanks to our advocacy efforts, the DHA lowered the co-payments. The VFW joined forces with other leading VSOs to create the Independent Budget Veterans Agenda for the 115th Congress. After years of advocacy, we finally saw a proposal for more than double VA's major and minor construction budgets to address critical infrastructure issues. A valuable part of these legislative victories was research performed by VFW Student Veterans of America Legislative Fellows. We sponsored the 2018 Student Veteran Fellowship class at the VFW Legislative Conference. These student leaders met with their members of Congress, received briefings on ongoing federal policy initiatives, and delivered research to their congressional delegations. 3 of the fellows from previous years saw the legislation they touted become law. Even with the celebration of these victories, we know more battles lie ahead. The VFW will continue our fight to end sequestration once and for all. Testifying on Capitol Hill before the House and Senate Veterans Affairs Committees on behalf of veterans, VFW National Commander Keith Harmon called for an end to sequestration and improving the care, services, and programs provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs.
We hope Congress can do the same to enact budget reform that ends sequestration, improve access to high-quality health care, eliminate suicides, improve benefits, ease the military from civilian to transition, and end homelessness for veterans. The VFW stands ready to assist whenever and wherever possible and hold you accountable if need be, because every day is Veterans Day, and no one does more for veterans than the veterans of foreign wars of the United States.
Member benefits and affinity relationships were strengthened through 4 new relationships, created to boost morale and help our members in their daily lives. We teamed up with veteran-founded ID.me to provide members with a more streamlined and secure online experience. Humana to furnish quality health care, making it more accessible and affordable to our valued members who are eligible for Medicare. Veteran Tickets Foundation to provide free event tickets with a nominal delivery fee, making it easier for members to attend sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. And Military Times is now 45% off annual subscriptions to their newspapers that provide an independent voice about our military services and troops at home and deployed around the world. Thanks to the resilience of our patriotic sponsors, we ensure no one is forgotten and help veteran families when they need it the most. Providing a hand up to veterans and their families during unexpected financial difficulties. The Unmet Needs Program remains a core strength of the VFW. The VFW Unmet Needs Program set a new record this year, awarding more than $2 million in financial assistance grants to nearly 4,000 military and veteran families. With the support of sponsors like Burger King franchise owners, the VFW has provided nearly $10 million in financial assistance to more than 8,600 military and veteran families since 2004. Sport Clips haircuts shattered their original goal by raising $1.25 million for the VFW's Help a Hero scholarship program. More than 900 VFW-administered scholarships have been awarded to the active duty military and veterans, totaling more than $4.1 million. Our nationwide network of service officers continue to fight for our nation's brave men and women, helping veterans recover $7.7 billion in earned compensation and benefits from the VA. We assisted over 100,000 veterans in submitting new VA claims in 2017. When our country faced devastating natural disasters one after the other, we stepped up. Hurricanes delivered punishing blows as they tore through Texas, Louisiana, Florida, and Puerto Rico. A tropical storm slammed into American Samoa. Record dry spells from Northern California to Washington caused numerous wildfires, and lava continues to flow on the Big Island of Hawaii. Our members selflessly mobilized in force to help their fellow citizens. Members of Puerto Rico VFW Post 12064 distributed water and meals to thousands of veterans. When members of VFW Post 4709 in Conroe, Texas discovered their Red Cross couldn't reach several emergency shelters, they prepared and shipped out 3 meals a day for nearly 2,000 people. By the end of the year, nearly 3,000 grants will be distributed to the impacted areas, providing a total of more than $900,000 in disaster aid. We continue to lead the national effort to change the stigma surrounding mental health. During the 2nd annual Day to Change Direction, posts and auxiliaries around the country work to broaden awareness of mental health and access to care in the veteran community. Together with industry leaders, we focused on educating the public on the 5 signs of emotional suffering and the healthy habits of emotional well-being. The VFW supported Patients Like Me, a member of our mental wellness campaign, as they began the social media campaign #MoreThan to bring veteran stories to the forefront. Our members across the country aim to save lives one action at a time with innovative ideas. VFW Auxiliary 5657 in Odessa, Missouri displayed a billboard for the Veterans Crisis Line and already received a call that saved a veteran's life. And when the national anthem came under attack, VFW National Commander Keith Harmon voiced his strong opposition, reminding America that we will always stand for our flag. I stand for our flag and anthem, and I kneel for our fallen. That's what patriots do. We rally around the flag of our country, not use it and our Constitution as both shield and sword, he said. Our message was lauded further when the VFW was the only VSO to gain the NFL's approval to insert an ad referencing the protests nationwide in the official Super Bowl 52 program. Meanwhile, on the home front, Veterans who dedicated their lives to their country were facing food insecurity and desperately needing assistance. With 27% of Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans struggling to put food on the table, we have a serious food insecurity problem. Teaming up with Humana, Harvesters, After the Harvest, Feed Our Vets, and other agencies, our main priority is to end veteran hunger. When a for-profit law school in Charlotte closed its doors and left more than 30 veterans in the dust, we were there to help them through their transition until they were able to get back on their feet with unmet needs grants. Also, in the past year, we supported a record crowd at the 29th Annual Bataan Memorial Death March through the 26-mile trek in the desert terrain of White Sands Missile Range. We remembered Yorktown Day, 236 years later, with the 5th Annual Celebrating America's Freedom event led by VFW auxiliary members. In conjunction with the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, we released the latest publication of Brutal Battles of Vietnam, America's Deadliest Days, 1965 through 1972. We celebrated USAA's Salute Your Post giveaway recipient, VFW Post 2426 in Deloge, Missouri. The Post raised more than $15,000 to support a local family of a child born with cancer. And we celebrated the 71st year of the Voice of Democracy audio essay program and the 23rd year of the Patriots Pen essay program, with over 170,000 students participating in the competitions. American History, Our Hope for the Future was the theme of this year's Voice of Democracy essay. Grand prize winner Robin Anzulis, sponsored by VFW Post 10076, and its auxiliary in Mount Airy, Maryland, was awarded the $30,000 T.C. Selman Memorial Scholarship. The Patriots Pen theme was America's Gift to My Generation. First place winner Carolina, Missouri, sponsored by VFW Post 521, and its auxiliary in Owing Mills, Maryland, received a $5,000 award. Both students received an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C., where they were honored at the 2018 VFW Legislative Conference and delivered their winning essays.
We must heal our divisions and see each other as part of the same American family, because history reminds us that when we act as one people, as one nation, we can overcome any obstacle. Hence, learning from our history is our hope for the future.
For nearly 119 years, the VFW has been the unwavering voice of strength, defending the rights and benefits of veterans everywhere. Heading into this new year, we will continue our long history of ensuring that veterans are respected for their service, always receive their earned dues, and are recognized for the sacrifices they and their loved ones have made on behalf of this great country. We are the veterans of foreign wars, and no one does more for veterans.